Just, if you can just say your name, Natalie.
I'm Natalie Sherlock.
Yeah, cool. Whenever you're ready.
Okay, so hopefully it should do things on its own. Yep, okay, good. Made in Corby was established in 2013 after receiving funding as a Creative People and Places project. The funding is designed to last for 3 years. There are currently 21 Creative People and Places projects across England, ranging from areas such as Stoke-on-Trent to St Helens. The consortium is made up of Groundwork Northamptonshire, who are our leading body, meaning that they deal with our finances, wages, etc. Corby Community Arts, Corby Cube, Corby Theatre Trust, Corby Unity and Northamptonshire Enterprise Partnership. Helen, here, oversees the Made in Corby in its entirety and guides the team through what tasks should be done and when. Marion is my manager and oversees what I am doing in my role, as well as doing audience development, feedback and monitoring for the Arts Council. I am responsible for managing the social media pages such as Facebook and Twitter, creating marketing materials such as posters, and assisting Helen and Marion whenever necessary. Right. Big Days In are usually free drop-in sessions hosted in community centres that people can come to and take part in arts activities, which is this one here. And community commissions are ideas thought of by a panel made up of members of the local community, where they can be developed with the assistance of Made in Corby and created into an event or piece of art, which is this one here. Big Days Out are subsided trips for local communities to take part in and interact with arts. For example, in June we took a trip with people to the Burley Sculpture Garden, which is the third picture. And Big Ideas are individuals who are funded by Made in Corby to allow them to create their idea. For example, Corby local Jamsey, who's there, has received funding to establish an evening club for children and teenagers to express themselves through hip-hop. Okay, don't know why that's not skipping, but... Okay. Made in Corby had already established a vision that the organisation hopes to achieve in 10 years. By analysing this vision, I could see that if there were any types of marketing that could assist the organisation in achieving its vision. It also allows for me to establish what the organisation wants to achieve from its marketing. Marketing can be used to assist in achieving these goals, but will not provide the sole contribution to accomplish the vision. Okay. By listening and considering the community's ideas, it can make more potential audiences want to become involved within Made in Corby, as people's opinions are listened to and valued. If the community feels more involved in what's happening within the area, they could begin to want for the project that they are involved in to succeed, and will work towards achieving this. The images used on social media give the reader an initial impression of what both Made in Corby and the events hosted by us are like, so we want to ensure that our images shared represent the message that we want to portray. Shared content from a successful event, there we go, such as the image from a past event, Field Day Festival, which is shown here, can establish Corby's identity as creative and portray it as creative culture happening within the area and within the community. By keeping stakeholders up to date with the events and activities that Made in Corby are hosting, such as tagging Arts Council England, Creative People and Places and consortium organisations in marketing content for these events, it keeps them informed of what the organisation is doing, whilst also extending the organisation's reach and engagement. If our stakeholders share the marketing content, audiences are who the marketing content is going to appeal to, and the staff are the ones who create this content. Made in Corby need to understand that the audiences and how they interact with social media to be able to create marketing content that resonates with and appeals to them. Encouraging employees and volunteers to get involved in decision making on upcoming events and activities can make these stakeholders want the project to succeed more, as they are personally involved in it, which can also increase morale and productivity. Okay. Yeah, this one's where I have to actually do the cookie thing. As you can see from our Twitter, it is very steadily paced and it does not have the largest following, and to date it's only at 2,000 followers. However, the MIC page receives a high number of monthly tweet impressions, which is 51.3k from the 6th of September to the 3rd of October, which means a lot of people do see our tweets, which is important.
What's the population of Corby?
I believe it's around 60,000, maybe reaching on to 70 now.
Right, okay. So actually, that's not bad, is it?
That sounds not bad at all. Really.
No.
No.
At all. Yeah.
Yeah, so. Okay. Facebook Insights. Okay. The growth of Facebook likes on the Made in Corby page since from when I began my employment has been quite consistent. The peak in likes around the 24th of September, which is circled here, could it be associated with the fact that Field Day Festival was hosted around that time? This could suggest that the popular event enjoyed by the community has triggered a lot of interest, or that the marketing surrounding the event was successful, so we want to look further into that and see whether... Hold on, red flag, it's not doing anything, sorry. Made in Corby's engagement is very inconsistent, I'd say, and it's difficult to draw a pattern from the data recorded with Facebook Insights. Our engagement rate stays at quite a low point until we have large events going on. We get high peaks of engagement. Then we go on to the reach, which is this bit, which hopefully is doing what I'm saying. Yeah. Reach is similar to that of engagement when it comes to the Made in Corby Facebook page. We tend to stay in between the 1,000 to 2,000 reach mark, and we peak quite highly around dates of larger events where content is shared more regularly into local groups and shared by other community members. These ones are posts in relation to these peaks. So the second highest peak on both graphs representing reach and engagement was around the date of the 22nd of September. These are the top 3 posts from that day. This shows...
Sorry, go on, carry on.
Oh no, sorry. This shows that the content surrounding Field Day Festival was engaging with our audiences, with the video being the most successful out of the 3. And the highest peak on both graphs was shown around the 30th of September. These are posts from that day. Please stop disappearing. And this shows that although it received less impressions than the top posts, these ones here, it has received a higher amount of engagement from, these are all related to Danny Hero pretty much. These ones have received higher engagement levels than that of these ones, although the reach was lower, which is interesting.
Well, it kind of means you're hitting your target audience, really.
Okay, so who are Made in Corby's competitors? And we have... And the question I had with these really is, because we're voluntary, should we really consider these competitors as threats when we can work in partnership with them? Like, by working in partnership with these organisations, it provides Made in Corby with like a platform, so we can like sort of like piggyback onto their events.
Absolutely. And
then reach their audiences, and like that's probably new audiences for us as well, especially if we're hitting like sports activities like local gyms and stuff. It means we're hitting a whole new audience to the people we're usually targeting. And however, if we are hosting events on the same date as other leisure activities, it can be then, it does become like competition in a way. And hold on, I've got an example written down as well. Hosting a big day and event while there is an offer on a soft play area for like it's got a lower price on that day, it could limit the amount of audience that we are able to engage. It is important to research other competitors as to when they are hosting our events, when scheduling our events. Yeah.
It can split your audience.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you think 10 people, out of 10 people, 3 might go to the soft play, 7 might go to your thing.
Yeah.
You know, you've lost 3 people, potentially.
I'd rather have the 7 than the 3.
Yeah, well, yeah.
We have here, this is the graph that shows annual data collected from the audience agency. As you can see, there is more Facebook families in Corby than any other segment. They basically take all the postcodes from Expedia and they process them and put them into categories from that. And this means that this is Made in Corby's largest audience. This graph also shows that there's a number of trips and treats segment in Corby that our organisation can also target. Facebook families tend to be younger with a limited disposable income.
Go back just so I can...
Sorry.
That's it.
With a limited disposable income. and have the highest use of internet and email out of all of the segments that they have classified, while tricks and treats have a more comfortable income, are less